Against Trump.
How are you?
Hey, Kay.
I
Hey,
watch
Ben.
your channel.
What do you think?
Of your channel?
Yeah.
I think it's very interesting. I really like watching it. I like how you're objective. You don't.
Do you
go
think
in
you're
there-
objective?
No.
Do you think that's a good thing or a bad
Yes,
thing?
I think it's a good thing for my viewers, for my audience. There are different audiences in, YouTube community. So we have different audiences, I think. We have different styles. My style is more of, I'm going to go out there, expose these people. I'm going to show my audience what's going on at these protests, what they're thinking. I'm going to inspire my audience to stand up for themselves.
Do you want to do an interview? You want to do like we'll trade questions for questions? You could go first.
Sure. Sure. Okay. All right. Well, I don't know what question. What question?
I could start.
Okay, go ahead.
So Trump recently he signed another spending bill. It's going to bring the deficit up to something like 30 trillion. Do you care?
Yes, I care.
Okay, like will you still vote for Trump even though like he's still expanding the deficit that we're having?
So I will still vote for Trump. I will still vote for Trump because it's better than any Democrat that we have. That does not mean that I support anything that he does, especially with these red flag gun laws that he's pushing for. I don't support
you
it
mentioned
at all.
that before I had to.
No, and we're actually out here today asking Trump supporters to disavow the gun control he's called for today. So it's going to be a different twist than what we're used to. I'm hoping I don't upset too many people.
People were getting really upset about that. I was speaking to some people about the Second Amendment. I'm just, a little bit. I mean, I didn't vote in 2016 just because I don't think there's any person like kind of rules over me. Like, I think I should be president, if I say like as a matter of factly. I don't think Trump's perfect. I think he does some things right. But like Trump said about the people of New Hampshire, he's called New Hampshire like a drug-infested den. Like, do you think that's the way Trump should be talking about New Hampshire? This is a state that he only lost. Wait, let me finish.
Yeah.
He only lost by like 0.5% to Hillary Clinton.
Yes.
He says he won it though. Like he continues to say that he won it. Do you think that's like a good angle for him?
No, so if you have such a small margin of losing and you can bring in those people. So I don't care about changing people's minds. I don't. If I do, that's great. But like I said, my angle is inspiring people to stand up for themselves. Sure. Trump is the president. He should probably be trying to change the people's minds in the middle, the people that are in the middle. He should be trying to bring them in. If that means, don't advocate for gun control to bring them in, but maybe...
But specifically this New Hampshire comment, because you called it a drug-infested den. There's an opioid problem in New Hampshire. It's serious business. I'm sure you know about the opioid crisis. Americans are suffering. And I thought Trump's supposed to champion Americans. I think there are two types of people in this country.
So,
people trying to exploit the divide and people trying to bridge it. Do you think you're one of the people trying to exploit the divides or bridge it?
I wouldn't say that I'm necessarily...
Stop, bro. Let me get my interview in. Let me finish. We'll talk about it after. I'm giving her shit. Two types of Americans, people trying to bridge the divide and exploit the divide. I didn't claim anything about you. I'm asking you, do you think you're doing more of exploiting or bridging? And what do you think America needs more of, man?
I don't think that I am helping the divide. I'm not going to say that I'm going out there and I'm saying, oh, liberals are so wonderful and great, because I don't...
You don't have to say that to not exploit the divide, right?
But you know what? For people who threaten to kill me, for people who threaten to rape me, who threaten to kill my family because they're white, I have gotten so much shit at this point. You know what? If I'm going to expose you for being hateful and disgusting, I'm going to do it.
Do you think those fringe people are representative of overall liberals as a whole? The fringe, they're not. So why should we treat them as that? Because just like how we have the extremes, we shouldn't be treating it as such, right? Like
no, because the extreme right isn't representative of all people on the right.
Just like the extreme left isn't representative.
I agree with that.
And that's where a lot of the threats to fringe stuff come.
And if you watch some of my videos, I do state that this isn't all. This is a minority that people play up.
Do you state that in all your videos?
No, not all of them. I think one of the last ones we may have one of them in there. I don't edit my own videos. I have a crew for that. But like I said, if you think I'm aiding the divide.
Exploiting. And I don't know. I just think there are two types of people, and I think one's not helping the country and one is. I had one other question for you. I know the media is blaming Trump a lot for these killing sprees that we're seeing going on. Do you think Trump holds any weight or is responsible in any way for these shootings?
No, the person who shoots up someplace or bombs someplace is the person who we should blame.
I agree with you. I also wanted to ask, though, when we hear people like Rashida Tlaib... So like Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, Rashida Tlaib, all say horrible things, and I think, well, they don't incite violence, but are very aggressive, and there have been attacks on ICE facilities. Do you think they're inciting violence towards ICE facilities at all?
I don't think I don't want to say that they're inciting violence because they are not calling for violence. They are not saying go and do this. Trump is not saying go and do this. Does his rhetoric maybe make people mad? It might. Does AOC saying that there are concentration camps on the border make people mad and want to take action? Yes, but she is not telling people to go and do it.
Just like how I don't think Trump's inciting, I don't think they're inciting violence directly either. They're definitely not quelling the flames, and they're definitely, they're not helping things out, but I don't think they're inciting the violence.
No,
they're
not
inciting. Do you have any questions for me?
Okay.
Hit me with a gotcha. You usually hit people with gotcha questions.
You're not a liberal, so you're not...
Yeah, but like you could hit me with something about, I don't know, I'm socially kind of liberal.
Okay. Has Trump done... I want you in my video because we want to put a little thing up your channel.
No, I'm flattered.
Our styles are so different because you'll go into like a lengthy conversation.
Yeah, and I'm trying to go at MAGA people because there's so much shit to go at MAGA people for. Like this, where's this guy? This guy. I mean, some of the outlandishly pro-MAGA people, I don't know his name. I don't know. He has a microphone, but he's not as big as us, Kate.
Yeah, he doesn't have the subscriber count that we do, so go to Liberty Hangout and subscribe.
Anyway, question, what was it? Hit me with the gotcha.
Is there anything good that Trump has done during his presidency?
Yeah, I'm going to use all the same talking points people usually do. I think he's been a good president for domestically, things like the economy, historically low black and unemployment. He's adding jobs.
The recession that's about to come?
So the recession that's about to come, we'll talk to it when we hit it, right? So like it's about to come, it hasn't happened yet. I know Fed, I think they cut the rates by like 0.25%, something like that, but that's irrelevant. Trump's adding jobs, and when everything starts with jobs. People need to start working, and it trickles down to other parts of the economy. I think he's doing that really well. I think he's standing with some of our allies very well, and we need to project our strength across the world, and I think that's a good thing. Like our allies like Israel, I'm very pro-Israel. I think he's been great with what he's been doing with Israel, because I don't think people understand that we're still in a Cold War. It may not be with Russia anymore, but with other countries, and Israel is one of our greatest allies in that Cold War against these other countries.
Would you say protecting lives of unborn babies is something that he's done?
Yeah, but I'm not going to say he's been protecting lives. How has he been a particularly pro-life president? He's put judges in, but I don't think he's like putting judges in that didn't do anything. People are already saying Kavanaugh's a lame duck, so...
Well, no, I understand that, but his saying that he does support protecting unborn lives, wants to limit abortion. I know, but do you think that's a good thing that he would advocate for
He would?
babies?
I think it would be good.
We don't have Planned Parenthood defunded yet. We still don't have that whole wall built like he said that we would do. We don't have the swamp drain completed like he said we would. So no, those are things that Trump needs to get called out on from his base, and we should not be scared.
Boot guys are ridiculous. But on the abortion issue, I'm a 12-weeker. I'm pro-choice until 12 weeks. After the first trimester, I think is where it's a good place to draw the line. I studied biology. I understand it's not a perfect thing. There's still arguments for it going more prior, but being pragmatic about the situation, the real politic answer, I believe, is 12 weeks. The absolute time where I know it's murder is 24, 25 weeks when the fetus is viable. So that's a question I ask any particularly pro-choice people who don't draw any line. Fetuses can survive outside of the womb after 24, 25 weeks. So if you have an abortion there, you need to literally kill the baby and deliver a dead baby. So,
I mean, isn't that what's happening before 24 weeks?
But it could survive outside of the womb, and I think that's something distinct.
Dude.
Just one last thing to wrap it up. Is there anything else?
No, that's okay. Where can we follow you at?
Barely Informed with Elad, YouTube, Instagram, all the good stuff.
So we heard you're the one who
Thank you
pooped
so
your
much
pants.
for your time. I really appreciate it. Thank you. But this fuck Trump.
Is the rumor true, Kaitlin?
Wait,
Caitlin,
what?
Is the rumor
Let's
true?
hear this.
Is the pooped pants rumor true?
Do you want it to be true?
Whoa, hey, that's
Are you
weird.
into that?
That's weird. I'm not.
Are you into that? Are you into that?
Hey, listen.
Oh my God, did you just ask me?
I am a thin man who only eats vegan food, so I get very confused when it comes to the things that come out. I know that the only way to go forward is by taking pony poop and converting it into methane. We need to convert pony poop into methane. That's the thing that's going to move the
You watch people fuck your wife?
Absolutely. What are you? Oh my goodness. No. What we want to do is bring forward.
I'm a super jealous guy. I couldn't imagine being okay with other people.
Hey Ryan, I think you should talk to the man with the foot over there.
Oh my God, that's disgusting.
Where's your gun? Hey, gun girl! Where's your gun? Show us your gun! I want your gun! Where's your gun? Your gun was so nice, your gun was so big! I want your gun! I want your gun! I want your gun!
Why are you yelling at me?
It's a way that I can really express myself.
We want your gun! Where's your gun?
Where's your gun? Where's your gun?
You guys
Where's your
should be
gun? Hey, gun girl.
pro-Trump.
Hey, gun.
Trump's
Where's your
coming
gun?
for the guns,
Where's your gun?
man.
Where's your
Trump's
gun?
coming for your guns.
Yeah. Well, he must be stopped. He's a madman.
Oh, this is a Khamsa.
Where's your gun? 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 It's open carry. It's an open carry state. Where's your gun?
Do you ever ask yourself, what the fuck are you doing with your life? Like, do you ever look around and say, what the fuck is going around?
Where's your gun? Up my ass.
Hey, Buddha.
Where's your gun? Where's your gun? Where's your gun?
Put on Donald Trump's head. Is that a ferret that he stapled up there? Where is your gun?
Where's your fetus? Where's your fetus gun? Where's your fetus gun? Where's your gun? Where's your fetus gun? Where's your fetus gun? Where's your gun? Where's your fetus gun?
Where is your gun?
We want your gun. I'm coming for your fetuses. I'm coming for your fetuses. Trump is coming for your fetuses. Trump is coming for your fetuses.
We're gonna put the fetuses in Joe Rogan's ass. You're acting like a crazy person. Oh my God! What are you doing? Fetus power. Woo! Hey, that's assault, mister. What are you doing? You can't just go and grab a boot from Mr. Berman's grill. You gotta put those fetuses in Joe Rogan's muscles. That's where they belong. Fetus power and